Okay, so now we're actually live, okay? So, oh my gosh, I am so excited about this. Liz just got out of the water. She's been scuba diving this morning. I'm like, yay! And I'm looking outside and we're like, look at that, it's raining. It's like 5 degrees. So, welcome everybody to podcast number 7 already. It's almost been a week. Very excited about today. We have Liz on. She is over in beautiful Asia. She will tell us her own story, but like I said, she just came out of the water from diving. We are both, well, I'm a diving instructor, retired, but she's still at it. So I don't know. We're going to hear what what the story is. So without further ado, Liz, give us a little short introduction about you.
Yeah, thank you, Nina. Nice to see you again, getting this like the mirror when you're on this StreamYard. It's quite exciting, isn't it? So yeah, I'm in beautiful the Philippines right now. Thailand is my home. I am a physiotherapist by trade, but decided to leave that job and go and travel the world. That was back in 2007. During that trip, I fell in love with scuba diving. I fell in love with Thailand and ended up returning to Thailand to become a dive professional. So that led on to me becoming a scuba diving instructor, and then started to learn more about the threats of the planet, particularly big fish, and learned lots about sharks. And then I met the guy through that who would become my husband. And he's the shark man. He wooed me over stories about going to dive with sharks in South Africa. So he's from South Africa. And together, this is the very short story, of course. Together, we created a charity called Shark Guardian because we witnessed, and you will know it, I think he was still diving 2008, 9, 10, those kind of years. That was when there was a huge decline in shark numbers. We were witnessing it in the waters around Thailand. We then went to work in Indonesia. Same thing was happening. We were sharing our education to the guests in the resort where we worked, and we realized we had something really unique. And even telling the dive professionals and experienced divers, this was in Bunaken in North Sulawesi, people had no idea about the decline in sharks and shark fin soup and all the different stuff, and about how important sharks were. So we just took it upon ourselves and started to go into schools. And 2013 we became a UK charity, and we're still doing it now.
Oh wow, how important is that? Because I remember when I was in Asia, I would see like on the pier there will be like shark fins like row drying out, and that's the problem, because the only part they take is the fins, right?
And even some people I met here. So I'm currently in the Philippines because I'm on the way to a place called Malapascua, one of the few places you can see thresher sharks consistently. So as Shark Guardian, people join our trips. We share the education whilst you're seeing the sharks. And so you learn more, and then it's this ripple effect, everything from the start. It's all...
Stop for one second. So you now have shark awareness trips, like retreats.
Yeah.
Perfect. How exciting. Tell me more about that. I didn't know you do that. When did you start with that?
Yeah. Well, so with Shark Guardian, so our main thing has always been, so we have education, conservation, research, and expeditions. And when you're getting any business or charity starting, it's all you're working it from the ground. You've got to get the base. Okay. So the education and forming, it's establishing ourselves as a charity, a reputable organization to go into schools. So first year, 2013, we presented to over 30,000 people about sharks and marine life. And since then, it's been between 10 and 15,000 a year, because that first year was just a bit mental. So education, conservation, so different projects to get airlines stopping transporting shark fin, or like we contributed to the UK stopping the import and export of shark fins, and research. So we work with scientists, citizen science mainly. So what you are seeing or not seeing when you're diving or snorkeling or whatever, to find what's happening with everything. And then expeditions. So in the first few years, we didn't really dive much at all. We dived when we went to places.
No, you're more at the schools. You're talking about it, and getting the people, and
exactly. So then we started to create. People were like, well, where can I come and dive with you, or where can I see sharks with you? So this trip. So last year, did we do some? We've been doing snorkeling trips. So where I live in Thailand, on Koh Lanta, For the last 4 months, about twice a month, we've been taking groups of families mainly and individuals, but mainly. So we do the education. Kids are like either scared or then they're converted. Then we take them on the boat. They see the sharks. They're converted in love. Like by the end, they are spotting the sharks. So then they go away and tell their friends and family. You know, these are people from all over the world who may not have a connection to the ocean. You know, we are ocean. We already have that connection, don't we? And so my husband's just been in the Maldives doing a trip. We just advertised a trip to Galapagos. And this is my trip to the Philippines. And big thing with me is empowerment, women's empowerment. I'm a water woman. You know, we're going to talk with the business that we both do encompasses all these things. So being able to take a group of women and then a group of mixed individuals to a place, talk about sharks, show them the sharks, talk about how we interact, why they need our help, all that. It's just wonderful. And I get to do this as work.
I know, right? it's like you already live in Thailand, right? So you already kind of check the points there, and then on top of that, I'm in the Philippines. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to Galapagos. Perfect, right? Yeah. So I salute you. Good job. That is so cool. That is amazing. Beautiful. And
you're very similar to me with this. You get an idea, you make it happen. That's all that this is all in. We're no different to anybody else. And, you know, from the start, we said we are shark conservation for divers by divers. So people relate because we've been there. We've witnessed what's going on. And it's all the pieces of the puzzle. So we're educating. There are others doing the shark stuff. And, you know, then we have the stuff like environmental pollution and toxins, you know, and we are both making a difference. This is why our water and everything that comes with it is so important, because we're helping the planet, reducing single-use plastic that we've seen is impacting the marine life out there. We all have these parts to play, isn't there?
Yeah. And that was the same, like for me, because like, for example, when I got the Kangen water, I used to actually drag home like cases of plastic bottled water, right? That's the source of water. And also I'm seeing like, because I don't know, you've been down to Bali lately? Because I'm seeing
I just went briefly last year for 5 days or 6 days for a leadership retreat.
Right.
I was drinking from the gallons or seeing again. I see where I live on Thailand how much plastic there is. The water, it's
exactly. And this is the with more people starting to do the right thing. That's the goal, right? That's so environment is one, and then also it's for ourselves, right? For our health as well. And it's interesting because I didn't actually even know that you were a physiotherapist neither. Do you still give sessions to like your husband and stuff? Does he get to treat? He does.
He doesn't, because he doesn't listen to the instructions I give. You know, the self-care, the self-help you need to do. But yeah, if he's really bad, I'll give, some mobilization. But yeah, as soon as people find out I'm a physiotherapist, because they say, well, now you're the shark person and you're the water lady. And it's like, I wear a lot of hats. I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yes. You're an entrepreneur by heart, right?
And a manifesting generator. Yeah. Same.
Oh, you're a manifesting generator too?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the same. That's why we make things happen. That's like, because I remember even like me going like from Caribbean in 7th, because I started same time as you. I went on the dive instructor journey in 2006. That's when I went from London to Mauritius. I was like, okay, I'm done with the city life and the commute and all that stuff, and went to Mauritius, and that's why I did my dive master. And what was I going to say? Yeah, and just kind of just getting things done. But yeah, so now I was in Caribbean on this small island. It's like 2,000 people, and I literally was like, I can go anywhere in the world. And I was like, then I don't know where to go, right? Because it's like being in a Chinese restaurant. And you have like 2 pages, 100 dishes on each page, and you're like, I don't know where I'm gonna go. And I thought, okay, I gotta do something. My son is 14. It's a small island. It's beautiful, but it's very limited, right? And that's how I was like, okay, let me try Norway. Let me never go to Norway. And now I'm like way into the Arctic Circle. And like from the 22nd of May, the sun will not set for 2 months. Mm, yeah, that's like in 10 days. So it's not going to go below the horizon. So anyway, so it's very different. I have learned that I do think definitely I am a tropical girl. so,
Okay,
so
we've worked it out now.
I'm like, okay, we could do this for a bit, but we're not staying here forever. This is like a pit stop. and yeah, and that's the beauty with our business too, because we can go where we want, right?
Yeah.
It's having the freedom. And now also with you with the shark, that is also something. I guess your focus is still Asia, but you have the freedom to do different things, right? Because you can say, okay, this week I'm going to focus on this project. Or do you integrate it? Do you work in bulk, or how do you integrate
Yeah, no,
everything?
I think it's ended up since I found Enagic in the water. I came full circle because I was starting to know I needed a different water solution. You're talking about, I think you mentioned the big gallons that we drank from, and I knew that those waters sitting in the sun all day, and then watching my daughters drink them, I was just like, this cannot be a thing. And that's when the business presented itself. And then as I learned more, so the business model has helped from a social media aspect. I've been able to channel that into Shark Guardian and help our exposure grow, when social media is used for good. That's the beauty of it. It's benefited the charity. And then the people that I meet, or even like when I come to these dive destinations, and I just say, what's the water that you share? What's the solution to have a solution? And it's not always simple, especially in Asia. They don't get it. And, there's different factors. But more and more, they're like saying, what's this water that you're talking about then? And I believe now, it's like weaving it all together, because not only good water, but like I said before, this water, you can reduce single-use plastic. So, the little bits of plastic, I did a muck dive this morning. I'm still picking up tiny fragments of plastic. And this is some of the things it's, avoidable, because you could just use the water for cleaning or for face care or, beauty care, animal care and that. So this is good for the resorts as well. I mean, what's it like when you travel and you go into a hotel and the toxic fumes because they've been spraying and using bleach and all this kind of stuff, when we have solution that helps the environment. So I promote about saving sharks, saving the oceans. I was already low tox, but now Enagic, the product Kangen water, means I'm even more low tox, and I get to meet people and spread the word for everything. It's a beautiful, everything's woven in together, and it's health. See, physio, health and wellness has always been at my core. So it's an extra piece of the puzzle. Water's the missing link at the end of the day that doesn't get enough attention, does it?
Right, and with 70% water. So I always say, let's get that right. Once we get that right, then of course the other things too, but you got to get that one right too, which is the water, which is a great place to start, right? And I totally agree with you in terms of, actually, I was talking to somebody, he's actually in China, and as we were talking, he said, you know what, I think I've seen one of those machines. And I said, okay, yeah, it was some kind of off-grid community in the bush in China. Because all it needs is power, right? And then you have your degreaser, you have your disinfectant, you have your to the different pH levels, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, it's perfect for an off-grid environmental community. It's perfect because it serves so many uses. And actually, if anybody's watching this and want to learn the usage about Kangen water, just comment down below and we'll send you just like a PDF. You can see it's like 68 different uses. Well, there's more, but that's why it's narrowed down.
Yeah, I'll see 100, but loads. Like I'm still learning different ways, because you just try, and it shows the how we've just been conformed to think we need all these different products for all these different things. Like, no, you need this one. We call it wizard in a box, and it's all your needs, more or less.
Exactly. No, exactly. And the other thing too is that you can do it as a business. You can travel with this, because the other thing too is that once you the way it's set up, which I think is super cool, is that you buy the product and then you get the business for free. It's like, okay, well, that's cool, because the thing is, so you get the product, so you get to use them for your own health, but then you get the business and the compensation plan. first of all, you're global, right? So like you can be like Liz, like currently in Philippines, based in Thailand though, but we can live anywhere in the world. And I think Enagic now is like 25 countries, 43 offices, something like this. So it's huge, huge. So no, very cool, very cool. Very for the also, I don't know, did you this also for me, because I'm also been traveling a lot. I've been self-employed, and also I'm in here for the generational wealth within the company, because the compensation plan, if people haven't seen it, because I've been posted it inside of the groups, if you haven't seen it, get that one, because what it actually gives, and that was actually what got me too, is that, okay, look, we can actually grow this into $5,000 a month. And I'm like, yeah, well, that. And if you live in Thailand for $5,000 a month, you're good.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even realize that, you know, say the water thing was on the radar. I saw Sam, our mentor, her personal development journey. For me, it was like, wow, you know, we are working 24/7 as a charity, no community, no network, you know, it was tiring, it was lonely, it was just all the things. And I saw that she had a different way. So I explored that, just thinking this is a way for me to have my own thing, actually away from the charity. As soon as I saw that it could benefit the charity with regards my brand and how I can be on social media, and then I started to understand the compensation plan, and it was like, this is the solution for Shark Guardian. Like, there's no money in charity work. You do it out the goodness of your heart. At that point, we were like 6 or 7 years in, 8 years in, at least 7 years in. You know, we didn't take any money from the charity for about 4 years. Like, we needed something to channel, and for everything that we would like to do as a charity. Like, I wish we'd had this like 11 years ago when we started. We could have expanded, we could have given back, you know, the impact we could have created would be even more. So I'm so grateful we have it now. And the vision is I, with my family, we can continue a freedom life, but it means I can easily channel it into Shark Guardian and any other projects. If there's a whale needing rescued, or a dog shelter that needs money, or, you know, whatever it is. To be able to freely impact and share and not have to worry about the money, that's my interpretation of abundance with impact, you know. And like, some people like go, oh, why do you need that amount of money? Well, give it to the people who can do good with the money to help them.
I get the same question. I'm like, well, the more money you have, the more you can give away to things you believe in, right?
Exactly. So much.
No. And
this is, you know, going back, sorry, just to say, go back to the dive world and professionals, because I'm, you know, connected to and chat with, and my mission is to bring those kind of women together, those who want to do more and impact, and maybe start their coral propagation project, start their trash recycling, whatever, like that. I'm passionate because I've been there where it's really hard. And there is a solution to help you, because the struggle is financial. So to be able to have this model as an instructor, unfortunately, you know, it's like a yoga teacher. Again, I'm a yoga teacher, paddleboard instructor, scuba dive instructor, ski instructor. You know, you do it because you get to do amazing diving or skiing or whatever. That's what you do. But you're in this mentality of living week to week, hand to mouth, because it's the experience. There has to get a point where you can carry on living an awesome life, but being paid more to give back to the environment that supported you for all those years where you have been living hand to mouth. And that's, you know, that's the beauty of this model.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally agree. I mean, I don't know what it's paid now. I remember when we started to work we were paid $45 plus.
Is that per day? Yeah, it's about 1,200, but it's about £30 a day. A whole day's work. And it's physical and mental. And
But I love to be able to say, hey, this is my office, right? But in the other day, it was like, oh, and then you have the bar bill on top of that, right?
And that's more than that.
Did we eat? Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. It's like being an entrepreneur. You know, I guess as an instructor you are, because you choose your jobs as well. You choose where you go. You know, that's time freedom. It's an element, isn't it? Travel flexibility. But to actually have financial freedom and give back and create impact, you know, there is another way, and it's so simple.
Exactly. And the other thing too, say if you are still passionate into diving, for example, you can travel with it. You can and you can talk where you're going diving, just like you're doing now. You say you walk into the resort and you're like, what's happening here? Like, what water are you using, right? What are you using for the showers? Because the shower unit as well, right? And you can take it with you and introduce it to the different companies as you go along, right? And you meet people too, because again, it's like, so if the way it works, if you run into somebody from America now, right, in the Philippines, and you talk about it, and they go, oh, that sounds good, I would like to have one. Well, guess what? They just order it over in the States and get it delivered to their house, right? And then if they choose to, they can set it up as a business as well, which is the free part, if they want. Or not. A lot of people do, actually, because they just fall in love with it. They go like, oh my God, I want to scream this from the rooftops. That's how I feel. It's like, that's why I started doing this podcast, actually, because I wanted to get it out there. It's like, there is another way. There is another way. We don't have to, if you don't want to do 9 to 5 and do the matrix and all that stuff, some people are good with that. Go ahead. But if you're not, there is another way, right?
Yeah. And I think it is, you know, especially for out of the box thinkers who want to do, who know that they're here for more, who want to do more, or you just want better health for your family and to not be contributing to the single-use plastic disaster that I'm witnessing every time I go down to the beach. Like there is a way, and it can be simple with the, you know, products that last a long time as well. But like you say, you get these amazing products to help your health, help your family, help the planet. And then it becomes a business that's just fun.
And then we have and you already have it actually in Asia, but it's on the 15th, it's being released, the M Guard in Europe, which is huge, because that is basically is protecting you from the electromagnetic frequency. It harmonizes it, right? So this is another one where you in terms of health and wellness inside of your house, right? And people actually travel.
And when you're traveling, like, you know, I was really conscious of that when I was sat on the airplane the other day, or just being in an airport, or being in a place where there's lots of people and this noise. Like, you feel different when you're in these places and there's all the electric and all the different machines and just that. I cannot wait to get that, and to just think that my children are not being like impacted with these electromagnetic frequencies that are everywhere. Like, it's going to be revolutionary, isn't it, this product?
Yes, absolutely. And what was I going to say? And it just plugs into our Seaport and our USB, so you can plug it into a battery pack, so you can take it with you. And it was interesting yesterday. Louise was on. She's from a little island in Sweden, right? She's like moved out of the city. She goes like, other people stuff, don't want to do it. But she was saying when she went into the city, she actually physically felt sick. So she's very excited now to be able to try this out and see, feel it for herself, right? Because she thinks it's actually just coming into the city and getting all those, because it's like so many, wave like electromagnetic fields from all kinds of towers and this and that, and everybody's phones and laptops. It's like so anyway, it's gonna be I'm very excited about this.
And it just shows how, you know, revolutionary and just Enagic as a company, how they are cutting edge with everything. You know, they do say that the ionizers, we get the water, they're going to be like a common staple within houses within 10 years, I think is what they said. You know, the same should be for the showers as well. Like, this is it's a shame that there's so much research and science. It's been there forever, but because they solve so many problems, that's not good for society, is it? That's not good for the pharmaceuticals. That's not good for the, you know, oil companies. So that's why
we're going to take. You got 2 hours. Or you want to go down here? Because
that's enough said.
This is why it's getting suppressed. This is exactly why, and we know it, right? I think it, but we got to do our job. We got to do the best we can, right, and get it out there. Like, I'm actually, what I find is quite interesting, because Now, when I was living on Saba, I had, avocado tree, mango, papaya, passion fruit, everything was growing outside of my house, right? And I had a kale that was like 3 years old, same kale, just keep on harvesting from it, right?
Wow.
And things I could harvest from. Like I was saying before, I did carrots one time, and I was like, that's a lot of freaking work for one carrot. So we'll buy in the carrots. So everything I could harvest from, I would have, spring onions and all that stuff. And now I'm in Norway, and I'm like, okay, so now we're coming into spring, and I'm going like, okay, what can I harvest, right? But I had to relearn. I don't remember. I left when I was 18. It's like how many years ago? But what I did do, listen to this. I went out and got fresh mussels, girl. Oh, big bag, twice. Fresh mussels for this. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like. I'm very excited about this. Is finding like what is local, what can we use, and starting to learn again what is the plants, the trees, what can we use? Like what is the vitamin C injections that we get from nature, right? And so I'm really all for that. But it's interesting because I have to relearn it because I literally don't know. it's like I don't know. What's that good morning? I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's getting back to our roots, getting back to our roots, getting back to nature, living like you say. You could live off grid with this machine and whatever's around. It takes some time, but possibility there, isn't it? And and then you got your M guard to keep the electromagnetic waves away, the noise, the harmonizer is what we call, isn't it? It sounds a beautiful word, that, doesn't it? Like melodic. It's just going to harmonize. And then we've got the water that returns us to our optimum state, and the shower, and Ukon that's helping us from the inside.
And then also the other thing is that, like within our community, a very big part of that is mindset.
Yeah,
it's inner peace, inner growth, personal growth, right? Yeah, that's the other piece, and that's also part of the whole puzzle to have the holistic lifestyle. You got to have all the different pieces, right? And that's what I just really love about our academy is that how focused it is on the mindset and on the inner work, right?
It's a real journey that you will go on, but again, the world needs more of us stepping into who we really are and sharing our gifts, whatever that is. And you might not know what that gift is right now, and we help you unlock that with the support of the health things that are going to help maximize you as a healthy individual. I think that's the beautiful thing, and it's helping the planet. Again, I come back to it from a pollution side, helping the planet, but us, as we step into our power, raising that vibration collectively, that's what we need. That's what we're really needing right now.
Exactly. Oh, bless. Beautiful. I just want to end it like that. I'm like, we could be on here for hours, but I think that was a good
It's the bigger picture. I think that once people see that part, the bigger picture of the health puzzle, the environmental puzzle, and then just collectively, it's not just a business, so it's not just product that's going to help you. It's everything weaving in together. And like you said, the community, there's this amazing support, heart-centered, helping each other to succeed. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that is another one. Is actually very, very important, is that you get celebrated when you are successful, and you have a shoulder to cry on when you need that, because the entrepreneurial journey is never always, it's a freaking roller coaster, and it's going to be days where you're like, yay, and then there's going to be days where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And there's room for both. And it was like I mentioned it yesterday too. It's like we are allowed to, like, 'cause I know, like in our community, it's like, you know what, I got my period, I feel really off, can somebody else host something? And people will step up and help out. And it's like, it's okay to follow, your journey of your energies, and you like work in flow. That's the thing. And it's like this podcast is like, should I have a fixed time? No, we hop on when we're ready, right? Flow with it. Go with it. And it's like, and then what might be that goes like, you know what, today is an off day. Yeah, do something else, right? And once we can start to work more in flow, when now things, I always used to say, actually, because I was a bit of a rebel growing up, and I always used to say, I'm like, the fish swimming upstream. I always used to use that expression, like, who is Nina? Oh, Nina is the one swimming upstream, meaning I don't do what other people do. And all of a sudden, somebody said is that, no, you got to step into the river of abundance and float.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It'll work out.
dang.
Water. It's always water. Water teaches us so much, eh?
Right. But stop trying to force and hustle and think, just step in and just easy
flow, baby.
That's so funny. Cool. Do you want to share some small wisdom words before we hop off?
A nugget of wisdom? No, just, if you're curious, if you have this knowing that you're here for more, like allow space for that and start to take the first steps to explore, because the world again needs more of the people stepping into their purpose and the power, and this is a channel to do that. And again, if you are a water woman, adventure woman, nature woman, we all are, or man. I think I connect mainly to women. But if you are somebody who knows you're here for more and to help make the world a better place, like, I know that sounds a bit cliche, but we do need to do something.
Yeah,
This is a good way to do it.
Yeah, no, we do definitely need to do it. I speak to whoever. I speak to the traveler. That's like when I look at like people that I connect with, they are from literally all over the world, and most of them are like from one continent and live in a different continent, or or they live. Yeah, exactly. So, basically, just for you guys to know, the way forward, reach out to one of us and say, I would like to explore this business opportunity more. And we will give you the next steps from there. And the thing is, I want everybody to start to learn this, because once you at least find out, and part of the finding out, you actually have to sit down and you have to start to go through and think, what's my goals and dreams? What's my purpose? Why am I here? What am I to do here? What's my things that I can do here on the planet? And you have to go deep. That's part of the finding out, which I think is super cool.
And you don't need to know. Like, we've gone on the journey and we now are finding that purpose. So you don't need to know. And it's great to be on the journey with people who have been there and support you. That's the other part of it.
Exactly. So
do it.
Yeah.
And then come down for sharks. Come and see us with sharks. Let's do it.
Yes. Well, I'll be down. You know that. I mean, at one point, I'm going to come over that way. I haven't been in Asia in a long time. When's the last one I was in Asia? 2007, 8, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time.
To make that happen.
Yeah. No, I've been over a Caribbean side, so it's more like, focus on that area, and then it's the traditional. If there's divers watching this, you will know this. Okay, so holiday comes up, and then okay, I gotta go home, right? So you spend right. So then you have to go back to where you're coming from, right? So it's like, then you make this rule every other holiday, because you gotta go other places too, because you just end up going for, like, say if you live in Thailand, you go Thailand, England, and back. And it's like, okay, I want to go and see Australia or something. It's like, luxury.
And you can. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah. Well, you enjoy your day, and you going diving this afternoon?
No. So sun's about. I was just looking outside. The sun's about to set, so I'm going to go meet some of my friends out. I was thinking of doing a sunset snorkel. Maybe I do that. But no, tomorrow I've got a boat trip, and then the day after we head up towards the Threshers. So I've got then 12 days of diving with Thresher sharks. So I'm happy about that. My business moves with me.
Yeah. You got a GoPro video or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll be putting up some photos, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take some pictures of the rain. That's okay. All right. Hey, Liz, lots of love. Thank you so much. And we're gonna do this again soon and catch up and see where you're at too.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right. Lots of love. Okay. Bye.